Good evening, everyone. This is Shannon Rutherford. I'm the town planner for Farmington, and this is the Town Plan and Zoning Commission meeting. I will take roll call of the members. Got Matthew Bandel,
Here.
Robert Canto,
Here.
Patrick Carrier,
Here.
David St. Germain,
Here.
Liz Sanford,
Here.
Scott Halsted,
Here.
Mike Tucci.
Here.
Kyla Zimmerman.
Here.
Thank you. And I'll note for the record that Bruce Polsky is absent this evening. Okay, Mr. Chair, it's all yours.
All right, so the first order of business is to elect a chair and secretary. So do we have a motion to nominate a chair?
Yeah, so
You need to take,
I can, yep.
Yep.
So that's for the chair. I will go ahead and entertain a motion and a second for the chair, please.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Scott Halsted for chair of the Town of Farmington Town Plan and Zoning Commission for the January 2024 to December 2025 term.
And a second.
Second.
Are there any other nominations to be entertained this evening? Was there any discussion?
I think it's a great choice.
I'm going to go ahead and just do a roll call vote, just so we're clear. And to be clear, for the organizational meeting, as I noted in the agenda review, the alternates are full voting members for our organizational items. Matthew Bandel,
Yes.
Robert Canto,
yep,
Patrick Carrier,
Yes.
David St. Germain,
Yes.
Liz Sanford,
Yes.
Scott Halsted,
yes,
Mike Tucci,
Yes.
Kyla Zimmerman.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay,
congrats.
and congratulations, Scott.
Thank you.
And now I will take a nomination for secretary, please.
I would like to nominate Liz Sanford for the role of secretary for the Town Planning and Zoning Commission for the term ending December 31, 2024.
A second. please.
25, sorry.
25. A second, please.
Second.
Any other nominations to be considered this evening? Okay. Any discussion on the nomination and second?
I think this would be a great choice.
All right, I will
Welcome.
go through. I will take a roll call vote again. Thank you. Matthew Bandel,
Yes.
Robert Canto,
Yes,
Patrick Carrier,
Yes.
David St. Germain,
Yes.
Scott Halsted,
yes,
Liz Sanford,
Yes.
Mike Tucci,
Yes.
Kyla Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okey doke. Very good. Thank you. Just finishing up a note here. Give me 1 second. And okay, and then under new business for the organizational meeting is a review of bylaws. They had been sent to all the commission members in advance of the meeting. Didn't know if anyone had any questions or suggestions on edits. Certainly edits can be entertained later on in the year. If I recall, the bylaws can be amended with a 2/3 vote and just opportunity for it to be on the agenda for 2 meetings. So if there's any questions, comments? Nothing. Okay.
straightforward.
Right. Then we can adjourn the organizational meeting if there's no other comments or questions.
Do I need to like officially adjourn this? I'm new with all this. So do I need to officially adjourn that meeting or should we just move on to the next?
I think we're done. I think that's it. We adjourned it.
I can handle that.
No votes. no.
Right, no votes, no nothing. All right, so now we go to the regular meeting. Welcome everybody to the first official Town Plan and Zoning meeting of 2024. The first item on the agenda of new business is the 2024 CROG Regional Planning Commission appointments. So Shannon, you're gonna assume talk about that?
Sure. So I forwarded to everyone as part of the agenda review, the letter that comes to CROG comes from CROG, sorry, to the municipal planners discussing the role of the Regional Planning Commission. And the obligation is for 4 meetings. They are held via Zoom. So there's the dates of the meetings that were part of the notice that was sent. And what it allows is a voice for Farmington on the Regional Planning Commission. I don't believe it's overly onerous. And again, it's a Zoom meeting, it's quarterly. Patrick, I believe you covered once or twice.
You know what? I ended up
Okay.
not being able to on both occasions.
Okay, so, but Matt Wagner had been the representative and then Patrick was the alternate. And so you're emailed the information, and what it amounts to is anytime, and Farmington does the same thing, anytime there's an application that borders one of our adjoining municipalities, and it's within 500 feet of the adjoining municipality, we have to send notice to CROG, but we also have to send notice to that adjoining municipality. And CROG then just comments with respect to the appropriateness of the application with respect to the regional plan and whether or not there are any concerns, be it traffic, or overall planning, scope, drainage, environmental. And so it's just being part of that process at a regional level and seeing what the adjoining municipalities are doing. And there's some benefit to it, and also is right now CROG's in the process of redoing their regional plan of conservation and development. And Garrett and I have been sitting in on meetings with respect to that. So I think there probably are some things that would come past and through you. At the same time, Garrett and I are seeing some things as well. So if there's any other question, I had sent a link to the CROG website. My understanding it's they try not to make it too onerous. But if there's any other questions, or if there's questions and before you commit, you want questions answered, let me know what the questions are, and I'm happy to get additional information. The folks at CROG are definitely readily available.
Who's doing it?
I was gonna say, anyone desperate for the opportunity?
I'll do it.
Nice.
Thank you.
I was hoping that would happen.
Thank you, Matt.
Are we also looking for an alternate?
We
Shannon?
are,
Yeah.
in case Matt is whatever, can't fulfill the duties or whatever. No, I'm just- No, but if there's a conflict, travel conflicts or whatever, things come up.
And it's all Zoom, right?
It is all Zoom, and they email you everything. So, right, similar to what we do, we don't send you hard copies unless you folks want it, but it's all done via email.
What's the dates again?
Sure.
Okay.
So there's this quarter, so March 21st, June 18th, September 19th, and November 21st, primarily Thursdays with one Tuesday in June. I believe the start time of the meetings, 7 PM.
I can be an alternate.
You wanna step in?
I'd be happy to be
Okay.
an alternate.
Okay.
Because I'm like June, I'll be out of town.
Do we regularly report to this meeting then?
So if the idea would be that when after you attend the Regional Planning Commission meeting, that if there is something to share, you could do it at that, whatever our next scheduled TPZ meeting is. You could just let me know if you've got something to share, and we'll just leave room for it under on the agenda. I'd probably just add it in under planner's report. It could be shared at that time typically. So, okay, thank you both. I appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next item under new business is our first application of 2024 to accept from the town of Farmington for a special permit for renovation of the 1928 building. So we need a motion and a second, please.
I'll make the motion.
Figure it out.
I'll make the motion to accept the application by the town of Farmington for special permit for renovation of the 1928 building in the R40 zone and schedule a public hearing with a recommended hearing date of February 12th, 2024.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
I,
All opposed? Motion passes. And then last, before we move into the land use training, we have to approve the minutes of the December 11th meeting. We need a motion in a second, please.
I'm sorry.
Somebody want to take it?
Oh, I'm up. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the December 11th, 2023 Town Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
That's about as easy as it gets. Right?
That's as easy, yeah, you're not gonna get an easier.
That's
one.
about as easy as it gets.
All right.
So, and I do not have a planner's report this evening because we've been doing other things. I can tell you the ADU regulation that was passed in December became effective today.
Oh,
Okay.
And everything else is pretty much status quo. If there's questions on any particular project, I'm happy to provide an update. Since we've got our attorney clearly is not here, so we've got,
Did that go in with the language that Inez had recommended?
yes, I did add a purpose statement at the top that said that the regulation is being put forth to further the objectives and strategies identified in the Affordable Housing Plan with the date of July 2021. So I did, yes.
We are not alone in addressing that. I've heard some stories that New Haven is also getting very involved in ADUs and they're revising and updating their regulations and they're doing it in 2 steps, including whether the property owner has to be a resident on site.
Oh, interesting.
So
Interesting.
I know, I
Yeah.
didn't hear I just heard the tease about it on.
Sure.
But
Okay.
so, you know, it sounds
So-
kind of like then. So if you own a house, have an ADU in the garage, you could rent the house and rent the ADU, I guess. That's kind of what it sounded like to me, but as I say,
Sure,
I just know that it's in discussion in New Haven also.
got it. Which clearly we did not set ours up that way, right? So,
Thank heavens.
thank heavens.
Right.
Yes. But, yeah, a bunch of the apartment, so the,
minutes.
sure. The, Midpoint Development Project is at its current status, so it's going through some OSTA review and then, finalizing some land transfers that need to be done. The Charles House, development at 19 Perry Street is in, portion of it is in for review with the building office.
Okay.
And so comments have been, site plan review comments have been back and forth. It has finished its review with DEP. Another one, 402 Farmington Avenue is I think with the snow, they're at a bit of a standstill, but that has been advancing as well. 80 Batterson Park is well under construction and foundations are in.
Foundation for the parking garage.
Foundation for the parking garage is in. So the site's been cleared and all the erosion controls in place. And then the conversion of the Marriott is well underway. They're 2/3 done. So the A, B, and C wings of residential are complete. They've got the building permit in for the pickleball court and the D wing and the shared space. We're aware of a restaurateur, but there's been no permit for that as of yet, so we're optimistic. And I know they've started construction on the E wing, which is the standalone portion. But there is no, the residential COs are not released for that yet until we get a little further along with the pickleball courts. Okay,
refresh my memory, how many pickleball courts were they gonna put in?
I think they had room for 4.
4.
Yeah, 4, and obviously indoor, so they're year round. And I'm gonna assume not 24/7, but an extended use period for those. So, which will be nice. 'Cause I know our town continues to look for additional pickleball courts, so.
More spaces.
So
I've heard that's what malls are being converted into,
Phrase, yeah.
malls that are going under,
One in Stanford, I think,
yeah, someplace.
they converted some spaces, like at the anchor tenant store, that was converted into, wow.
Pickleball.
It was like, it was an article about it, that was the whole Texas too.
Interesting.
Definitely.
Gotta use the space, right?
Ride the hot topic, I guess. I mean.
Although I did experience the Jordan's furniture.
I was just gonna
this
say,
weekend.
I was-
It's very nice.
Oh,
It
Jordan's
amazing.
furniture?
it is.
It's mazy is a good
It's
word
It-
for it.
Right, it's kind of like Stu Leonard's or
It's
IKEA.
exactly like
what I thought
that.
of. Yeah.
Everyone else was-
Exactly what I thought of. It was like Stu Leonard's. I'm like, which
But
one
if
is
you
out
can
again?
find a salesperson that knows the cut through doors.
Ah,
There you go.
there you go. That's always the trick. Yeah, when's Sally's Pizza gonna open there?
April.
I wonder. April?
April?
Oh, April,
Yes.
okay.
Oh, you asked?
asked.
Oh, okay, good. That would be nice. I haven't had Sally's.
Yeah, I've never had Sally's.
No, wait a second. I have had Sally's, right? I can't remember which ones I've had in New Haven. I think I.
Shannon, any news on the apartments by Union School? Is that still?
So they're continuing to advance. They've finished their permitting with DEP. They're actually in with our office for building permit.
Oh, okay.
So the building office has issued comments on the buildings themselves. And we are actually just tomorrow, we'll hopefully get comments back out to them from a site plan and drainage standpoint, just trying to get all the conditions of approval addressed. So between engineering comments, wetland comments, and TPZ comments is quite extensive. So we're close to having everything that we need for getting shovel in the ground for
Yep.
building.
Mhm.
And then there's a whole other set of stuff that's needed prior for pre-construction and pre-construction meetings. So some of those notifications that are needed in coordination with the school and whatnot. And they're supposed to have they're gonna have some type of platform just for notifications and project update, like a general project update platform, so folks can know where they are in their construction process.
And is the first thing they're doing, did they have to clean it up, right? Or did they already do some of that?
So some was done way back
Yeah.
prior. And then there is cleanup that has to be done. So that's part of the DEP permit. So there's a remedial action plan and an environmental control that have been improved.
Yep.
For that. So they're going to basically the material will be encapsulated on site. So it'll be
Oh, okay.
underground and encapsulated rubber membrane installed and then asphalt over it and or building over it.
Wow.
So, and then in areas where there's landscape islands, then that, the rubber membranes, I'd say 6 to 8 feet down so that it'll accommodate some planting material above.
Oh, God.
So it's fairly extensive and there'll be,
Oh.
LEP on site,
Wow.
pretty much the entirety of that process going on until it's capped.
Yeah.
So,
So like spring, you think, or?
we're hoping,
Yeah.
yes, we're hoping, they got stalled a little bit with DEEP last year and then it just kind of threw off the timing.
Yeah.
So, but we're hoping to, get shovels in the ground here soon.
That got approved in 15, right? 7 years ago?
Correct,
Wow.
yes,
I
yeah.
don't remember all the details. How big is it? Yeah, no one, none of them.
Takes a long time.
While we're at it, what about Big Bird Bridge?
That's the big
130,
one.
was
I think she's
130.
referencing.
That one, I think it's
I'll double check,
130
but I-
130
called-
units.
apartment, yeah.
It's like the mid.
So there's 12 or 15 townhomes that are
Oh.
the building that's gonna front right on Perry Street.
Okay,
You got-
And then the existing building that's still on site, they refer to as the powerhouse, that
Uh-huh.
will remain. And it'll have some common area space like conference room or
Okay.
gathering space, if you will.
Mhm.
And then at like an on-site superintendent apartment on the second floor
Oh,
of
okay.
that building. And then there's 3 more buildings that will be constructed behind,
Okay,
and those are all rental.
okay. Hmm,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're getting there.
Shannon, the midpoint development's Big Bird Bridge, right?
Yes,
We were talking, just confirming, okay.
yes, yeah.
What
Yeah,
about
so
that gas station, Plainville and Burlington Ave?
They started it.
Yeah, they
I
started
saw-
it.
So that's the remediation, so that, so
Okay.
the gate, yep, so that's the remediation, so that dates back to even prior to that former use that we had all seen there had been a gas station there in the, I'm gonna say the 70s. So that had varying areas of contamination that had to be removed, and that was at depth. So they had to take material out, take the clean dirt out, stockpile it, go down, get the dirty dirt, and that's been trucked off site and putting clean fill back in. And they're doing testing as they go, but they had done testing to figure out the edges. So they'd go down and do borings and soil samples to figure out the edge clearances. So
Steps.
they probably have another couple of weeks of that, is my understanding. But yeah, that was a small site to work on to try to get that going.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing the trucks lined up on 170 in the mornings. Yeah,
Sure.
Might as well pick your brain. What about Shell?
you
Five
could,
Corners?
that was added to the blighted building
That's
list.
what I thought. Okay.
So on the town council meeting last week, it was added to the blighted building list.
Okay.
Who's added to what?
The Blight
Blight.
Building
Blighted building list.
Oh, I'm not.
basically abandoned it. We didn't let him do what he wanted, so he basically walked away and now it's starting to get all graffitied.
Mhm.
So we've been back and forth with the property owners a number of times. They're thinking about things that they might like to do with the property, and so we said, okay, it's gone on as long as I think the community is willing to
Tolerate.
Yeah.
tolerate,
maybe a little
and
bit.
so it has officially gone on the blighted building list. Town council. Which, it simply opens it up to some other options for us.
And now the storage units, that's up for sale now, right?
No,
You see that?
next door.
What's that?
That's the piece next door.
Oh, it's
That's
next
been there a
door.
while, I think, Patrick. It's
Nah.
not the first-
No, I'm talking about the one that we approved, not,
On Route
Okay.
6,
Next
Yeah.
door.
yeah, the Route 6 one, there's another vacant piece to the,
They attended the hearing.
The two. yeah,
Correct.
the two-
The operative for
the two
sale at the
owners.
hearing.
correct,
Oh.
correct.
They
So-
said, hey, consider this too.
Yeah, we've received the building plans for that, but they have not updated. We don't have the updated site plans yet. So that isn't gonna, it doesn't travel anywhere in our office until we get the full package of the site and the building.
You there.
Right.
So building plans are in and they're sitting for a bit.
Yeah, you had a dry piece here and here and you were going over the
Yeah.
bridge. One is.
Well, as much as we can. see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone have a
Well,
everyone
we're
have a
out.
good holiday season? Right. We can
What
do
about
that.
all the different metro realty
We're-
projects? That's why I said all the different.
So,
South Road's underway.
Four of them?
South
saw
Road
that.
really underway.
Yeah, South Road is happening.
Yeah.
I saw that.
yeah, South Road is well underway.
Well-
That's another site that's very tight. Don't sneeze.
Oh, yeah.
It's being-
So, that one is well underway, and the 402, I said they had done some rock crushing in the fall. I think with the rain and snow, they're in a bit of a holding pattern right now. The appeal had been found in our favor, and then the appellant put forth a request to have it reconsidered. So we'll see. It's unlikely that it's gonna go anywhere,
Mm.
but it's another stall tactic to
Mhm.
drag out perhaps. So we'll see where that goes. And then, 1690, New Britain Avenue, they are, I believe this month, have to apply for the CHFA funding, just to
Mhm.
see if where that, so January, each year in January for that funding arm. So they needed their approvals in place prior to being able to apply for the funding. So the approvals in place, and then there's other things they take, they've got to advance their architecture plans, there's other things they need to do. And then they go in for funding on
So
that.
they have to do all that before they.
They can even apply for funding. So they could do all of that and
Process.
be denied on the funding arm, and then it's gonna sit then. And then they'd have to wait until next January to reapply.
Cause you have to do the same thing for South Road, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the same thing, trying to get in. So that was a November, December approval. And then not a a push to get all the other application documents in place for the January funding review. So, but for South Road, they knew, I think they had approvals or positive inclinations by around April of this year. So thankfully, it's not a huge weight in the whole scheme of things. So, yeah. Yep, so I think that's it. I think everything else for Metros. Just those three. Oh, Munson Road.
Yeah, that was just this.
Munson Road, so Munson Road, the
Oh.
one building's up and they're doing the internal fit out, and then the other building. I don't think they've got a tenant for yet.
And then 499, the third floor is still not occupied, right?
Right.
Like is that 499, the one on the corner? The first one went right up against Route 4,
599?
599, okay.
I thought it was fully occupied.
Really, the upstairs? I thought the third floor was vacant.
Well, I thought, well, hello,
There it
the
is.
man of the hour.
Yes.
We finished early like I thought we might, so. I did not officially adjourn.
Well, the leader.
Well,
Is part of the meeting.
I guess we can do either way.
I don't know.
The training part of the meeting or adjourn the regular meeting and then do training?
Training.
Well, the agenda, put the training, we've covered everything,
Training's
the
before
agenda, put the
adjourn.
training in the meeting. I didn't know if it mattered.
I think you should keep the meeting open.
Okay, okay. There you go.
Like a meeting.
I've got your,
It'll be adjourned.
there's your,
That's a joint meeting, right?
Yeah.
well, but the other boards are, Or- so it's a public meeting, it's, yeah.
Question we asked him, does it have to go on the record?
Saying it's not just.
well, that's your, that's your,
See,
that's your, yes.
We should be recorded.
I think so.
So Shannon, if we stay in the meeting, any questions we ask are gonna have to be recorded in.
Well, we're recording it anyhow, and so that's what I didn't, yeah. I think I'd like it outside the meeting, Bob. It's acting as a work session.
Yeah, I just call it a work session.
Yeah, of course. So we can,
So we're gonna adjourn.
so, technically, I guess, make a motion to amend the agenda,
Oh, right.
make a motion to amend the agenda, and then make a motion to adjourn the meeting
And open the work session.
and open the work session. Yes, sir.
I'm looking at the two.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda and remove land use training from the January 8th, 2024 agenda.
Second,
Thanks, Matt. Any discussion? Everybody good? Know what we're voting on? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. So now we just officially adjourn.
Adjourn to the work, yeah, to
All
the
right,
land
we
use
officially
screening, land
adjourn to
use-
the work session.